The killing of Pat Finucane was now being actively planned, with Barrett tasked to kill him. But he didn't know what his target looked like. Once again, the Army agent Brian Nelson was able to assist. 6 days before the murder, Barrett met Nelson on Belfast's Shankill Road.
But on a day during the week, like, we walked down and he was actually in a car. He was in a Mazda. Because I was expecting Brian Nelson to come back with, say, an ID card, you know, saying, there you go, Finucane's photo, date of birth, whatever. I says, have you got the message? He says, oh. And he pulled it out, it was in like a wee plastic bag. He was involved in a case at that time. And he was outside court or something with a probie. You seen him fucking jubilant. I just says, Rich, that's dead on.
Barrett could now positively identify the man he was going to shoot. What he didn't know was where he lived. Once again, the Belfast minicab driver, also known as Agent 6137, was ready to oblige.
Brian knew what we were fucking doing. Brian took me up to the fucking place. You know what I mean? Brian showed me it once and that was all I had to see.
Just the once and you come back up and around and past it again. You go say 1, 2, 3, 4th door down and just swing on them. No problem.
The murder was planned for a Sunday night in February 1989. Late that afternoon, the murder gang had assembled in a loyalist club. They needed to be certain that the solicitor was at home. According to Barrett, the police officer to whom he'd been introduced had said there was one sure way of knowing this.
All I needed to know that he was in the house. If the car wasn't there, he wasn't there. He never went anywhere without the car. That was one thing that we knew. He never went anywhere without the motor.
Right.
Do you understand what I mean?
Don't go in if the car's not there, because you only get the one crack. If you just fuck it up, you never get the crack at it again, do you know what I mean?
As the clock ticked towards 7, a phone call was made and weapons brought for Barrett and a second gunman. The murder gang's vehicle was a hijacked taxi. At the wheel, a young driver. They were keyed up, ready to go.
Men get nervous when they're hanging about and get a wee bit edgy. Whereas if we get the all clear and go, then it's there and that's it. You understand?
Earlier that evening, close to Pat Finucane's home, the security forces had been searching lock-up garages for weapons. The murder gang needed confirmation that the roads to and from the target were clear. According to Barrett, this came from the police officer who'd urged him to shoot Finucane. A telephone message was passed to the murder gang.
The roadblock had been taken down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this guy was telling you. The roadblock had gone.
All clear.
Okay.
That meant there's no, say, presence in the area, if you know what I mean.
Go ahead, everything's clear, right? Unless you know where the police are at that particular time, or at that stage of the game. Well, I mean, it's a brave drive. Because you 3.5, 4 mile there. The decision was taken, and that was it. There was none of us fucking about driving around here and driving around there. The decision was taken, bang, let's go. That's how quickly it happens.
Executive mobile phone.
As the murder gang sped towards their target, Pat Finucane, his wife, and 3 children were gathered round the dinner table as a family.
I remember sitting at the kitchen table, eating dinner.
Lovely jubbly. General Electric Company. Have we got it, John?
There was a bang from the hallway. My father jumped up. He slammed the door shut while my mother ran behind him and hit the personal attack button. The next thing I remember is being on the floor against the wall in the corner, holding my younger brother and sister, and shots going off very loud, and it seemed like forever. at that point, my memory blanks. But the thing I remember most is the noise. It's a place I don't care to visit very often, but I know it's there. And sometimes I go back and visit, but not often. I try not to dwell on it.
We'll be lucky if we get a week in a timeshare tent.